Hello, fellow collectors. So today I'm going to be talking to you all about the football cards that McDonald's put out in the mid 80s. Did you even know that they put out football cards back then? So I did not know that McDonald's had put out cards in the mid 80s. I just started collecting myself back during that time, right as the Bears were winning that first Super Bowl. And I recently saw a video from Bear Cards 34 on YouTube, and he had bought one of these Jim McMahon McDonald's cards. I thought they were super cool. And I'm a huge Bears fan, Bears collector, so I thought, well, I need to get some of these cards for myself. So as you can see, now these cards are not normal size cards. So let's compare. You can see this normal size card here. So you can see these cards are pretty much bigger in size. So to give you a little bit of the background on the cards. So McDonald's made a 24 card set for 27 of the 28 football teams at the time. And here is a back two of the cards. And the Dallas Cowboys, of course, got a 25 card set. And then there was a 30 card set of McDonald's All-Stars. And this is the All-Star card here of Jim McMahon. And you can see that there is 4 variations. You kind of have a gold, maybe one of the first kind of gold variations of cards, right? We have a blue, we have the green, and then we have kind of like an orange-ish color there. And these were given out at McDonald's. Now, the All-Star sets were given out at McDonald's that didn't have an NFL team nearby. So everyone across America or the United States had a chance at these cards. Fun fact, this McDonald's set was the biggest football card set put out in the 80s. Now, a normal top set in the 1980s had about 396 cards. So the total run for this McDonald's set, you're looking at 703 different cards to collect across all the teams in the All-Star set. Now, there is 4 variations of each of the cards. So when you take that into effect, if you were trying to collect the whole set with all the variations, you are looking at a complete set of 2,813 cards. By far the biggest set of football cards in the 1980s. Now, on the collectible side of things, particularly with this Jim McMahon All-Star card, there are very few of these cards that have been sent into PSA, and only 1 or 2 of the different variations that have actually come back a PSA 10. With obviously the reason for these cards to win something from McDonald's, obviously the bottom parts, a lot of these cards are ripped off. Even if you look on eBay in different places, you'll see a lot of these cards are missing this complete bottom part, or at the very minimum, these will be scratched off. And then just the way cards were collected back in the 80s and 90s, and not the protection of cards weren't as at the forefront back then. Finding cards in good condition can be really hard. So my opinion, if you're looking for a possible little collectible investment, this might be something you might want to look into down the road as something that could be worth a little something down the road, because it's going to be hard to find cards in decent condition. And there's some very popular players, obviously from that time in the set. Almost all the football players were in there. So you're looking at Montana and Peyton. And all those guys during that period of time. So now, how to store these cards is a great question. So if you do buy any of these McDonald's cards and are looking for somehow to store them a little more safely and so they don't get damaged, there's these 4 pocket pages. The 1983 Donruss cards, were big cards. They came out with a big card set. You can see here the cards are just a little bit smaller than that, so they'll fit perfectly in this 4 pocket page. So if you're looking for a way to store these cards, might be something to look into, is trying to find some 4 pocket pages for the cards. So overall, just a really cool football card set. This picture McMahon is probably my favorite Jim McMahon card that I now have. Loved just the action pose of him there. And for a lot of football players, this McDonald's card was the only football card that they had produced, because obviously Topps was kind of sticking to more of the main guys in the teams, not producing a card for every player. So if you are a fan of a certain team and are looking for, getting some certain players, McDonald's might be something to look into. Or like I said, if you're more on the collectible investment side, these cards might be also something you might want to look into too. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And until next time, everyone, be good.